Some people get trapped on a desert island. Right now, I am trapped in what we call the back lot here at Matt Irwin Studios. This is our back lot, full of weeds and gravel. And today, this is going to be a replacement for a desert island, because we are going to talk about which one camera and one lens would I take to a desert island. Which would it be? I bet you won't be able to guess which one it is. Okay, so I don't own all these cameras that I'm going to talk about, so I don't have any of them here. So I'm going to outline which 4 cameras are on the list, and then if you think you know, even if you're only a third of the way through the video, which it is first, and you get it in the comments before anybody else, well, you never know, might happen. I might have something that I know might not, but there could be, but there might not be. Membership's coming soon. Sorry, 4 cameras. Number 1, the Sony A7R IV. Now, isn't that a beaut? It's got, you're trapped on a desert island, you've got 60 megapixels, you can cover stuff. And of course, you can only take one lens, and it's difficult to know what, with that one lens, should it be a 24 to 72.8, or should it be a 24 to 105 f4? Because that gives you a bit more reach. And then of course, with the 60 megapixels, that gives you a bit more reach again. So it's an amazing all-round camera for its ability to have reach and opportunity and choice. You've got 4K. It gives you a lot. The A7R IV gives you a lot. That is camera number 1. Well, hey. Number 2, it's the Canon 1DX Mark III. You know, that new guy that does 5.5K video, shoots at some crazy frame rate, built like you could drive over it with a tank at least 3 or 4 times. Now, of course, it's a good old DSLR, right? It's a good old one, but of course, DSLR means battery life is pretty off the charts, doesn't it? It does mean it's off the charts. And as DSLRs go, it's quite a nice hybrid. I think it is. It's a nice hybrid. And what lens? Well, you know, the lens discussion becomes the same across all brands pretty much. Do you want to have a lens like a 70 to 200 2.8 or a 24 to 70 2.8? Or do you want a broader lens because you can only have one that covers more opportunities? And my answer is, again, on the Canon, I would be going with Canon's equivalent, something that's a little bit multi-purpose. Now, of course, Canon is around the 20 megapixel mark and the Sony is 60. That is a very large difference. But when I choose which is going to be my number 1, you'll see why. 3, here we go. It's difficult for me, number 3. I'm not sure whether I'm going to go with the D6 or the Z7. It's quite a difficult choice, but the D6. Which camera? If I had all the money in the world and I'm trapped on a desert island because my FedEx plane went down and my FedEx plane happened to be full of B&H gear of every manufacturer's type, and this is the one that I managed to grab as the plane was sinking. What is the 4th camera? It's the Fuji. It's the Fuji GFX 100. Whew. Now, this camera, it's big, built like a tank. It's got 100 megapixels. It's what we would call a small, medium format camera. But I tell you, if you're stuck on a desert island for a year or 10 years, geez, you'd be able to get some amazing pics, wouldn't you? You'd get sunsets and sunrises, and you'd be able to reach. You'd have a lot of reach with those 100 megapixels. It feels to me like a versatile option. They probably don't have a 24 to 105. So the lens choices in this space are a little more limited. But please let me know if they've got something similar to that in their range. I'd love to hear about it. These are the 4 cameras. The Sony a7R IV, the Canon 1DX Mark III, the Nikon D6, and the Fujifilm GFX 100. So this is your opportunity to get your answer in the comments first there. Well, you never know. I might do something nice. I might not. First in, best dressed. What do you think it might be? Is it going to be the Sony? It's going to be the Canon? Going to be the Fuji? Going to be the Nikon? The answer to the question is, I know, the Canon. And I'm going to tell you my reasons why in this particular use case. Because of course, being trapped on a desert island is a use case. Reason number 1, which I think probably Nikon might come close to, or is the same, maybe Fuji is, weather sealing and toughness. Now we've got a garbage truck over here. This is pretty funny. Weather sealing and toughness. There is no question that Canon are going to get lots of ticks. They're going to get 99 or 100 out of 100 in toughness. And I think if you're trapped on a desert island without a repair shop in sight, you want to have one of the 2 toughest cameras ever made, and that probably is the Nikon D6 or the Canon. So for toughness, the Canon's the way to go. Now in regards to pixels, you know, it doesn't have as much as the Sony, and I understand that. And at the end of the day, I suppose I'm thinking you're on a desert island and you might see a bird or something and you can't quite reach it that day. But over the days and over the weeks and over the months, you learn where that bird lives and you work out how to get closer to it, so you don't have to crop your photos. So again, it comes down to use case. I like the idea in this particular case where there is no other options. You can record 5.5K raw video. So it means you can make lovely movies of your time going insane on the desert island. I just think it would be great. Probably could turn it into a Netflix series called Lost. That's a great idea. Let's do something about being trapped on a desert island and call it Lost. Of course, the EVF cameras versus the DSLR's battery life. Now, of course, in reality, you're charging batteries maybe with a solar panel or something that you stole off the FedEx crashed plane. So that becomes irrelevant. But of course, with the DSLRs, you're going to be able to be out longer on the one battery than you would be with the mirrorless cameras. So this video, this is just a bit of fun, but for being stuck on a desert island, I would probably go with a very tough, top of the range DSLR. And in this case, the 1DX has a lot going for it. And if you have no other choices and no other options, and you've just got that one thing, that's it in the whole universe. It seems like a good all-rounder. Now, of course, Canon's, there is some talk about Canon's dynamic range. Sure. There is no one camera. There is no one camera that gives you everything. There's just not. There is always a compromise with everything. Some people might talk about in-body stabilization, but of course, the lens has that. That is my camera if trapped on a desert island. The pros and cons, there's no perfect choice. That's the one. Anyway, there it is. It's just a bit of fun. I might change my mind next year. It's a desert island, who knows? I mean, anything could happen. They might not have any Canons on the plane next time. All right, everybody, as always, thank you so much for watching. It has been so lovely to see you. Please subscribe, please share, please like, and please comment. What is your desert island, one camera and one lens? All right. Oh, and if you want to see over 200 episodes, just click on the Matto and Photography down here and click on the bell if you want to get notifications every time I do anything. Okay, ciao.